I always knew something was off. Growing up, I was the quiet one. I didn't ask many questions. I just lived. Ate what was given. Wore what I was handed. Played when I was allowed. Obeyed when spoken to. My mom was strict, overly cautious, and distant. My dad was the same. Not cruel, not mean, but cold. Like I was a tenant, not a daughter. We lived in Ilorin, Nigeria, humble home, average family. Nothing flashy. But somehow, I always felt like I didn't quite belong. Still, I loved them. They were my parents, right? Wrong. Everything changed on my 22nd birthday. I was home for NYC break. The house was unusually quiet. Mom and Dad had traveled for a funeral. I was alone. I had nothing to do, so I began cleaning the attic, a dusty place Mom always said was off limits. That's where I found it. A brown, old box wrapped in cloth. Inside were baby clothes, a hospital wristband with a name I didn't recognize, and a photograph. The photo was old, worn, slightly faded. But the face looking back at me was unmistakable. It was me. A baby version of me, chubby cheeks, same smile. But the woman holding me wasn't my mother. It was my aunt. Auntie Rahila. I froze. I looked again. This was no visit photo. It was intimate. She held me like I was hers. My heart pounded. Underneath the photo, there was a torn document, a birth certificate, burned at the edges. The name written there wasn't even the name I had grown up with. Mother's name, Rahila Musa. Father's name, unknown. Child, Fatima Musa. My name was supposed to be Fatima. Then who was I? When Mom returned, I confronted her. She denied everything. Where did you find that nonsense? That's not yours. You're confused. That's from an old neighbor's baby, she said, snatching the photo from me and tearing it in half. I knew then. I knew she was lying. Later that night, I called Auntie Rahila. She answered in her usual bubbly voice, "Oh, my daughter. You finally remembered me today." I was shaking. "Auntie, am I your child?" The line went quiet. Silence so loud, I could hear my heartbeat. Then she said the words that changed everything. "Who told you?" Not "what are you talking about?" Not "don't be silly." She asked who told me. I cried. It was true. "I'm your daughter." She sighed. A deep, heavy sigh that sounded like it had been waiting 22 years to exhale. Rahila came over the next day. She looked tired, almost defeated. She didn't even bother hiding it anymore. "I gave birth to you when I was 17, she began. I was still in school, and the man who got me pregnant was already married. I couldn't keep you. Mama, your grandmother, refused to let me raise you and said it would bring shame to the family. So she gave you to her oldest daughter, my sister, the one you've called Mama all your life." She looked me in the eyes. "I never stopped loving you." I couldn't speak. I didn't know how to feel. When I confronted Mom again, my aunt, she finally admitted it. Reluctantly. But her version was different. "We did it for you," she insisted. "You would have grown up poor, unloved." Rahila was irresponsible. She still is. She was a child. I shouted. "And now you're a woman," she said coldly. "So choose who you want to be." But don't rewrite history. That was the day I packed my things. I moved in with Rahila. It was strange at first. We didn't know how to live as mother and daughter. We tried. She'd cook for me, ask about my job, tell me stories from when she was pregnant. But part of me still felt disconnected. One evening, she showed me an envelope. Inside was a letter she'd written on my first birthday. A letter she never got to send. In it, she wrote, "I wonder if you know I'm your real mom. I wonder if you feel me every time you smile or cry. I don't know what the future holds, but I hope you'll forgive me one day." I cried. For the girl who didn't know who she was. For the mother who had to watch from the shadows. And for the woman I was becoming. I reconnected with some cousins who admitted they had known. They were sworn to secrecy. Even some aunties and uncles had hints but didn't want to cause problems. So, my whole life was a well-orchestrated lie. I changed my name legally, Fatima Rahila Musa. It felt like I was finally claiming myself. My truth. Today, Rahila is not just my mom, she's my best friend. We started a foundation together for teenage mothers. We help girls who are going through what she went through. Girls who are being silenced and shamed. As for my aunt, the one who raised me, I haven't spoken to her in years. Sometimes I miss her. Sometimes I don't know if I ever really had her. But I found peace. Not in answers, but in the strength to keep asking. Some people will say she gave me up. But I say, she fought for me in silence. She loved me the only way she could. And when the time came, she told me the truth, even though it could have destroyed her. And that's more than some mothers ever do. So yes, I discovered my real mother is my aunt. But I also discovered who I really am. And that is the greatest discovery of all. Do you think I made the right decision though? Because sometimes I can't shake off the feeling that I betrayed my former mom. Please drop your suggestions for me in the comments and don't forget to subscribe because I still have lots of stories to tell about my clumsy life. Yours truly, Fatima Rahila Musa.